Yes, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another lesson with Sir Shazwan. So today we'll be looking at strategies to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. When you are doing reading, especially academic reading and other kinds of reading, you will stumble upon unfamiliar words that are very different from what you used to use in daily life. So how do you try to find out the meaning of the unfamiliar words? So there are some strategies that you can use which will be able to help you find out the meaning of those words. Okay, learning outcomes for this lesson is that at the end of this chapter, you should be able to use context clues to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words and analyze word structure to ascertain the meaning of words. Those are some of the methods that you can use to find out the meaning of unfamiliar words. So, for the introduction, so there are vocabulary strategies that allows you to use multiple ways and sources to determine the meaning of words. It means that there are some methods which helps you to identify words that is not in your vocabulary. You have everyone have their own set of vocabulary. Maybe A have this sets of word. B may have these sets of word. It depends on their field, what you are learning, how you were brought up. So there are some strategies that you can use which will be able to help you ascertain the meaning of those words. So at the same time, the strategies also play a crucial role in significantly increasing the learner's comprehension of a reading text. Whenever you read a text with unfamiliar words, you might not be able to understand the text better. But if you find out the meaning of the words, then you will be able to get a better comprehension of the text. It means that you can understand the text better. It flows well between when you understand the words and when you don't understand the words. Right. So the use of a dictionary teaches you multiple meaning of new or unfamiliar word, as well as the importance of choosing the appropriate definition to fit a particular context. When you open a dictionary, sometimes they have the meaning of the words, then they have synonyms of the words as well as the antonym. So the use of the dictionary helps you to identify what word mean which word means the other, so that when you try to find unfamiliar words, it can help you try to define it better by looking out for words that have the same meaning in the dictionary. Then, on the other hand, contextual analysis, it requires you to study to infer the meaning of the words by closely examining the surrounding text. The first method is you just try to find directly through the dictionary. The second one means that you try to find the meaning of the words based on the text given. Alright? So, we will be looking at contextual analysis. So, when you are reading, you might not able to understand every word found in the particular text. There are some unknown words that you might have not faced before when you are learning the language. So, you depend on the context clues to facilitate your comprehension, meaning that the words that you do not know, you can learn the meaning by analyzing the text given. The sentence the word is in, the structure of the words, the position of the words, those are very helpful in understanding or finding out the meaning of the unknown words. So, what is context clues? Context clues refers to clues or hints found within a sentence, paragraph, or passage which can assist the readers in understanding the meaning of unfamiliar words. Sometimes when they have a word, there are some additional words that can help to explain the unknown words. So, they are clues or hints. They are called clues, right? So, to put it simply, contextual analysis just helps the reader make an intelligent guess. You are guessing the meaning of the words based on the clues or hints found in the sentence, paragraph, or passage. meaning that you are trying to infer, you try to guess what is actually the meaning of that word. So some of the context clues that will be discussed are definition clue, example clue, contrast clue, and inference clue, as well as experience clue. Those 5 clues can help you identify the words, but each one have different methods of it is done. All right. So we'll be looking at definition clues first. So what are definition clues? So it's the easiest clue for readers to identify, as the definition of a particular word or phrase is given by the author in a sentence. Sometimes when you look at sentence like about they have a word here, then they mention like was defined by. That means those are definition clues. So among the clues that to look for are words such as known as, defined as, means, and that is. Whenever you find a word that you don't know, then it is followed by known as, defined as, means, or that is. It is a definition clue that will help you understand the meaning of the word before it. Like for example here, ethnocentrism is defined as the belief that one's own culture is superior to that of others. So, what does it mean that ethnocentrism is the word there? You have the clue here, defined as, then the belief that one's own culture is superior to that of others. That is the definition of ethnocentrism. So, when you read that, you understand that ethnocentrism means the belief of one's culture is superior to that of others. So see how the clue help you understand the word there, which is from the definition of the word itself, right? Next, we have example clues. So what are example clues? It consists of examples given by the author to explain the meaning of unfamiliar words. There are some methods that will be used. For example, they use like this. For example, for instance, such as, and like, which indicate example clues. Let's look at an example. Yeah, the research company that say that less established car makers, for instance, Subaru and Isuzu, could be forced out of Thailand. So what does it mean by that is that Subaru and Isuzu are examples of less established car makers. When you don't know about the less established car makers, they give an example here. For example, Subaru and Isuzu. Do you understand? It's very simple. Just remember the words that have been used, which can help you, which can become a clue or hint for you to understand the meaning of the words given. Then we have contrast clues. What does it mean by contrast clues? So, contrast clues, the opposite meanings are crucial. So you should find out the words or phrases that carry antonyms to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. Okay, for example, words such as however, although, but, and nevertheless are among the contrast clues commonly used by the author. So whenever you see these kinds of words, it will be contrast clues. For example, the food was not tasty, but at least it was cheap. So we understand that from the sentence that the food was cheap, even though it was not tasty. The word but shows the contrast. So it's not tasty, it's not very good, but at least it was cheap. So there's a contrast there. Positive, negative, positive. Not tasty, negative. Cheap, positive. So that is how you use the contrast clues. Then the fourth one, inference clues. What are those? So it helps you to make an educated and intelligent guess of the meaning of unfamiliar words by using rationale, reasoning skills, and the information provided in the text. When they come across such words, you will be trying to guess based on the sentence given. For example, I often feel languid on hot summer afternoon. So the meaning languid can be inferred as the feeling of lethargic or sluggish due to the hot and humid weather. This is how you infer. Okay, I can give like a simpler thing that imagine you are in a condition of hot and humid afternoon. What does it mean? What does it make you feel? So that feeling that you felt, maybe you feel very lethargic, maybe you feel tired, sluggish, can help you explain the meaning of languid. So the hot and humid can help explain the word languid. Remember that. So that is how you infer. You guess the meaning of the word based on the situation given. Alright? And the last one is the experience clues. So your own experience and prior knowledge are also clues to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. What you have learned before, what you have known before can help you find out the meaning of the unfamiliar words. And the information that you have may serve as a catalyst to make sense of a particular word or phrase in a sentence. What does it mean? Let's look at the example. So, writing an autobiography is an introspective approach whereby one needs to have a good memory to recall, relive, and experience the feelings and emotion that was once felt during poignant moment of his or her life. That is a long one. Okay, let's look at the explanation. So the words introspective, memory, recall, relive, re-experience, feelings, emotions, and poignant moments of his or her life serve as prior knowledge to interpret the word autobiography as the book about a person's life story. So you look at the word memory, recall, relive, experience, meaning that it's about your own story, your background, what you have experienced before. So when you try to guess it on that, it definitely means that the autobiography is about your own life. So writing and autobiography meaning that you are writing a book about your life story. Okay, it might sound difficult, but actually these kinds of clues really help you to find out the meaning of the words properly. Alright, so we're moving on to word structure analysis. So first one, we use contextual analysis. Then we move on to word structural analysis. So many words in the English language are composed of roots, prefixes, and suffixes. Root meaning root word, the basic form of the word. Prefixes and suffixes are additional words you add to the root words. So for example, meaning of root. A root word is a word in its own right. A root word or root can have a prefix, suffix, or both added to it. So most roots in the English language from either Latin or Greek. For example, of a root word, there are a lot of examples to give, but you may try to find out some of the examples. Okay, but whenever you want to find out whether it's a root or not, try to add prefix or suffix to it. If it can have a prefix and have a suffix, it is a root word. Okay? So prefixes and suffixes. A prefix is an affix, an addition that is added to in front of the root word, and it often changes the meaning of the word. Common prefixes include re, an, or mis. So for example of a prefix, maybe you want the root word is improve. You can add prefix like re-improve, meaning that you have to improve it more. Or communication, the root word communicate, you add a suffix. Okay, we move to suffix. A suffix is an affix which is placed after a root word. For example, the root word book provides the main meaning of the word book, whereas adding the suffix as modifies the meaning of the root word by making it plural. So you add as books. So those are called suffix. The thing that you add at the end of the word. Ed, r, er, it depends on any kind of suffixes that are available. Okay. Right. So that is it for the word structural analysis. Just try to identify which one is the root word, whether it has prefixes, suffixes, or it has both. So if you can find out the root word of the word itself, then you can try to understand the meaning of the word. Right. So the best way to teach you guys how to use word structural analysis is to explain what root words, prefixes, and suffixes are. Then try to build on the words that you already have known. So whenever you find an unfamiliar word, like I said, try to find if it has prefixes or suffixes or both, and what is the root form of the words. If it's in root form, then maybe you can use other kind of analysis. The structural analysis helps you to learn how to use what you already understand about words and the word parts so that they can expand their vocabulary as arsenal. When you are reading, when you find out unfamiliar words, you can try to write down it, try to find the meaning of it through dictionary or maybe contextual analysis or even word structural analysis. Those things, when you find out new things about the word, new words, you improve your vocabulary. That will help you to become better in the language, so that when you have a lot of words that a vocabulary, you can use it in speaking and in writing. Right? Okay. So that's it for this lesson. Thank you very much for listening to me. It might be so short, but it's I hope that it can help you understand how you can use certain strategies which can help you try to identify the meaning of unfamiliar words. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Shazwan, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.